Kyle again. Video number 2. So today I want to talk about, or tonight rather, it's night here. I want to talk about nutrition today. But first, I want to talk about how I'm excited about something. I had a really good day. I'm making a move. My first job after graduating from college is like 2.5 hours away, I think. In Chelsea, Michigan. I'm going to be working at a theater. But today I moved all my stuff to the house I'll be living in. Met all the dudes I'll be living with. It was a good day, you know. And people keep asking me like if I'm excited to start the apprenticeship and whatnot, and I don't know how to answer because I've been so excited about everything that is happening in my life. That one thing I can't really single out, you know. So that's cool. I don't know why I just said that. But yeah, I've been so excited about things, and I think it is because of my nutrition, you know, like and being so happy and all the time. I have notes written down so that this one's a little more formulated than last time. But I was thinking about like when I got back, I'd driven for probably about 5 hours today. I was kind of crabby and tired when I got home. You know, I didn't lash out at anyone, which I think has been a progressive step in my life of not being a dick to someone when I'm tired, you know. And I think we all have a tendency to be able to do that. At least I do. I know that's a major thing in my life. So I took a second to see like, okay, why am I mad? I identified it. Okay, I'm tired. Now what can I do to help and proactively be happy, you know? So what I did was I made some tea. I have this really cool tea. It's like sweet and spicy or something. I got it from Walmart. It's not like super high end or anything, but I got the tea. I put some MCT oil in it, medium chain triglycerides. It's stripped down coconut oil essentially, but it gets broken down better in your body. So I took some of that, put it in my tea, and then put some cordyceps sinensis in it, which is it's a mushroom extract. But I mixed all that up. I drank it. And I went to Fresh Time with my friends Aaron and Josh, who are two people I really enjoy hanging around anyways. But I decided to be happy, and my nutrition helped me along with that, which is something I've been hearing more and more about, like in podcasts I keep listening to, like Lovato and McDevitt, or like other things. Joe Rogan has talked about it. It's a really cool concept how the things that you can eat can make you feel better, and then in turn you become more positive about life. And this summer there's a lot of correlations. This summer I have really gotten into figuring out nutrition for myself, and obviously I don't know everything because, well, you can't know everything, but knowing what works for me and to keep building off that. And I've also gotten happier and happier, so I do like see the correlation of, okay, I'm eating these things that don't make me feel sluggish or make me feel like I cheated on my meal plan or something, you know, and it's like this long-term gratification thing that makes me super happy. So I want to get into like how, I guess, to build that for yourself. And if you think about it from a psychological standpoint, like in high school or something, say you were a partier, a big reason I think of why people like to party is because you go out with your friends and you have a good time. So if you want something new in your life, like eating nutritious all the time, what I've done is hang out with my friends after a workout, or not even, like we'll go over there at night or something and make this whole event out of eating very simple, basic, nutritious food like grass-fed beef or lean chicken, avocados, peppers, eggs, you know, and making these huge, huge meals. And I returned probably about 10 minutes from my friend Josh's house, and he and I made some grass-fed beef, avocado, and banana pepper, or bell pepper rather, and drank some tea, and I felt very euphoric afterward, which I think is cool. And I feel very weird, I suppose, for like getting such a high off of simply eating and drinking tea, you know, and being super happy. So by doing that and having those events with your friends where like, hey, let's get together and cook some chicken and avocados, you know, you laugh, you joke around about anything you want to. It's your life, joke around about whatever you want, but if you're having a good time while you're making that and eating it and afterward, then you're going to condition yourself to like that. It's when you eat healthy food, it's going to remind you of your friends. And I love my friends. I love every single one of the friends that I have in my life and that have come into my life and whatnot, and that actively pursue being in my life. I love every single one of them, and so shout out. But you condition yourself now to want healthy food because it's happier for you. When I eat avocados, I think about the first time that Josh and I grilled avocados, and we're mind blown because we never had grilled avocados, you know, and it's a simple thing. But if you, back to my last video, if you can be happy off of simple things, then it opens the door for more profound things as well, but also you're happy. That's the bottom line, being happy, which I think is a super, super important goal because so many people push sadness on themselves, and I think that there's a correlation between like eating freaking zebra cakes and Oreos and having all this instant gratification when it comes to your nutrition, and you're cheating, and no wonder like your brain waves are a little slacking. Like I heard that today in a podcast I listened to, and it sparked my thoughts, so that's what I was thinking. But looking at my notes, sorry. Thinking about like building positive habits by conditioning yourself with your friends is the main point. And if you really tap into that, there's no end to where you go. And my friend Aaron and I started talking about this at the beginning of summer, and obviously other people have thought of this. It's a very widely known theory, I suppose, but putting it in the context of a 24-year-old who recently graduated college. And I think like if you think of your body as a machine, essentially, which it is, but if you think in that strict term, and then you think about food not as food but as fuel to keep you going, keep sustainability, because like I want to live until I'm 100 at least. I think that's feasible. It's 2016, you know. I think I could do that, you know, keep doing good nutrition. But if you think about nutrition in the sense of food is fuel, or food is what is getting you to your goals, you know, like think about the wildest dream you have. It could be a reality if you're willing to work for it, and like within context, whatever. But if you go to this and you say, okay, well, like tonight I want to hang out with my friends, or this week I want to do whatever, or I want to go on this adventure. Today we're going to go hiking all day. If you're hiking up a mountain, you're not going to be bringing zebra cakes along. Like, do you want an apple, a banana, or zebra cakes? Because zebra cakes might feel good, because I like zebra cakes. I think they taste amazing, but they do nothing for you. Eating bad does nothing for you. And it's this whole instant gratification thing that makes no sense. Like, if a zebra cake got you somewhere actually in life, other than like the happy feeling that you get when it hits your tongue, and then the unhappy feeling, you know, you get right after, but like, why would you eat that? It doesn't. I'm almost to a point where I don't understand why you would eat it if it does nothing for you. But I get it, you know, like it's made in a factory for you to like it anyways. But start thinking about food as fuel, guys. Like it changes the game mentally, for me at least. And another thing, I have a whole thing of notes so I can be more fluid for you guys, I guess. But as I mentioned, I ate with Josh about 10 minutes ago, and I'm really floating out there. I feel weird about like getting such endorphin rush about food and tea with no drugs or anything in it, you know. Because I used to party in high school. I know what it feels like. And it feels similar to that, but very clean. But my next point would be a lot of people don't eat healthy because they say it's expensive, or you know, which like, yeah, the initial price is expensive because you're thinking about buying like, I don't even know how much chips cost, but like on what, a 99-cent bag of chips, $1.29. I don't know. I haven't had a chip in like a year and a half, but that price, like 99 cents, compared to I don't know, buying a tub of Greek yogurt, which is, I think at Martin's right now $5.45 or something. And you think about that, like, oh my god, like, it's a big difference. But I mean, I was in college for 5 years, and the last 2 or 2.5, I ate very clean, with the exception of like the after party meal, that we all have. But I did it very easily, and I spent very little money on eggs and meat and Greek yogurt, and protein powder, and it isn't that expensive really, because it's sustainable. I eat very healthy, and I eat like 3 times a day to 5 times a day, depending on if I work out twice or if I go to the beach or something, and afterward I'm really famished. But this healthy food looks more expensive in the store, yeah, but you're going to be satisfied and satiated afterward, to where you don't desire another meal for a couple hours. If you're only eating 3 times a day, you're going to be getting pretty lean, especially if you keep up a exercise regimen. You're like in your carb and fat ratio, but it's actually very cheap, and once you start doing it, it almost makes more sense to do that. And there's another thing to the side of that, is like, say you're buying like a big thing I've been on lately is hazelnut flour, and it costs $16 a bag, but I bought a bag end of June, I think, and I still have the bag, and I've used it at least 25 times, I think. So like, it's really not that bad. And then this is something Josh and I were talking about just now. A lot of people have been like, dude, you're crazy for eating that. Like, I'll walk around and eat a sweet potato raw. Many of my friends have seen me do it. That doesn't bother me because it's practical to me. Like, oh, well, I need to eat right now, but I'm rushing somewhere. I'll eat a sweet potato. But like, people say that that's crazy, or like, dude, you're crazy for weighing your food, which I'm about to start doing. But but people say that I'm crazy for doing that, but it's really the opposite. You're crazy for putting this stuff in your body that does nothing for you, And I'm not going to be like, you're a piece of shit for eating a zebra cake, because trust me, I used to be chunky. Like, I know what it feels like, and it's amazing. Reese's Cups taste amazing. Oreos are awesome. Twizzlers are sweet. I like graham crackers a lot. I like pizza a lot, but it does nothing for you. It doesn't, and it'll make you feel like crap afterward anyways, because of this instant gratification that does nothing for the long-term gratification. Eat clean for a month, and you'll develop that habit of eating clean, and it'll feel really good, and you won't desire the food anymore. But I don't judge when I think like this, but when I see people eating like a Big Mac, because I used to love eating Big Macs, or chicken nuggets, or Wendy's chili was a huge thing in my childhood. But I see people doing that now, and again, I'm not judging, but to me, I don't even understand it anymore. I can't comprehend that, and I can think back to why I did that, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't. I was eating Wendy's because it tastes good, but then like, your stomach would be destroyed after that. My stomach feels awesome unless maybe I pound like 10 grams of carbs more than I should have, but in an hour it won't matter. And that's a very extreme case, like to say, oh, 10 carbs, but that's putting it in context. More into my notes. Sorry, someone texted me. But like, I was talking to someone else about this, one of my roommates today, of how I kind of do put things in very far terms, or like absurd terms, or very strict, like how I told you last video, I'm not going to cheat on my nutrition until November 1st. Well, I'm starting a new program on Monday. Today is Friday, and I'm not going to cheat for 20 weeks past that, so it's going to be even farther. And that doesn't hurt me because like I think I get to put all this good food in my body, and I like that, you know. But when I was talking to Josh recently, I was talking about how I do want to create a world for myself based off of well-intentioned absurdity. I think, yeah, it's far and it's crazy and lofty, but I like that. You know, I like the far-fetched idea of it and shooting high. Like how I said, I want to be the happiest fucking person in the world, which my roommate got me on to say, like, well, that's competitive, and then you won't be the happiest person in the world. But I get that. He definitely stumped me on that. And it is about inner happiness. I am very, very inner happy, and I think it's because of the food that I eat. But this nutrition, I think, like, make it absurd, you know, like, and get very happy about how silly it is, you know, to like not eat within 2 to 3 hours before bed, or to see how many eggs you can eat, you know, like I think my record's 12. I've eaten 12 in one sitting. But it's kind of exhilarating, you know, especially after you start like feeling stoned off of food, which is weird, I guess. But to finish my video, I'll go through like food ideas, because people always ask me, well, what do you eat, you know? So like I train in the morning, I come back, have a protein shake, and then I shower, and then I eat right after that. So there's like a time period of about an hour before I eat, and I'll do coconut oil as the cooking oil, with either 1 or 2 servings of lean turkey, so that's like 22 to 44 ounces of protein, or grams of protein right there, and then with either mushrooms, kale, sweet potatoes, like a mixture of those, or like some other kicker that I'll throw in sometimes, like onions, or I make kind of, I don't know if you've ever had it, but a garbage plate. It's very cool, and it's very filling, so I won't eat. That's usually, I'll have that down by 8:45 probably, or 9, and then I'll have tea with that, so the endorphins are popping that early in the morning. And then for lunch, I've been making like a protein pudding, but it's actually higher in fat. It's hazelnut flour, coconut flour, 1 egg, some heavy whipping cream, Greek yogurt, grass-fed butter, dark chocolate, macadamia nuts, and something else. I feel like you can throw other like nuts and stuff in there, but I do that for lunch, and that's probably, with all the servings, probably like 1,000 calories or something. Which I don't count calories because it doesn't matter really. You know, I worry about like the proteins and fats and carbs, but I counted out one day and it was pretty high, but I don't feel over full from it. You know, and if there is a meal where I do feel over full from it, next time I'll dial down the servings a little bit. But so that's my second meal, and then for dinner I'll probably go back to what I had for breakfast, because it's so simple. So I usually, breakfast and dinner are relatively the same thing. Sometimes I'll like, over summer I've been going to Josh's and like have an avocado and the chicken and whatnot, or you know, turkey. Or salmon, actually. Salmon's pretty dope. I like salmon a lot. And then that's it. That's it for the day. I try to do that like within 3 hours before I go to bed. And again, like people are like, well, don't you ever get tired of eating the same thing all the time? Because I've eaten the same meal 4 times in one day. It was during college, and I had like a really rough day as far as like time schedule goes, and I did the same thing 4 times. I felt great. Because no, it doesn't really bother me whatsoever, because it's getting me where I want to go, you know. And also, lastly, I think with achieving your goals, nutrition, fitness, life, whatever, career, if you don't give yourself a choice, things become a lot easier. So if you say, this is what's going to happen, I'm going to eat very, very clean, and I'm not going to break from that. That's what's going to happen. So now that's what happens. That's it. And that's something I learned a couple years ago, which I'll talk about in another video. But yeah, get out there and start pounding life. Really live it, you know. And don't give yourself a choice to fail. You succeed in what you want to do. It can be that simple if you try. So pursue happiness and good vibes.